We've entered into the 20th day since that brutal massacre where people in their home at a music festival were brutally targeted, attacked, and much worse was done to them as the horror continues to emerge. Airstrikes, meanwhile, on the Gaza continue from Israel as Israel prepares for the ground-scale offensive. Iran gathers proxies. It has also issued a warning. Israel cannot match up to the Muslim fighters, Iran has said. So Iran basically giving that background support. These images on your screen show the moment Hamas terrorists enter into different areas, the Kibbutz Be'eri residential neighborhood and the music festival. The IDF fighters spot a car driving toward the kibbutz gate with the 3 terrorists in it. The driver of the vehicle is then shot at and they run away. As the humanitarian crisis in Gaza is also steadily worsening, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has said Israel is preparing for a ground offensive and has added events of the day will be fully examined. Everyone will need to give answers. So joining me right now from on the location is Shiv Arur, who's been tracking all the latest on this. Shiv, we can clearly see that the ground offensive is getting set for, but what's interesting is how Iran's supreme leader has come. And Iran saying Israeli forces are incapable of confronting Muslim fighters. They're clearly making it not just about Israel-Palestine, but much more about as a religious issue, a religious war. So from Hezbollah, Hamas, now to Houthi rebels firing from Yemen, can we say that Iran could become an official player now?
You know, the terrorist conclave between the Hezbollah, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad and the Hamas in Beirut is not something that hasn't happened before. It has happened before and it brings to the fore Iran's clear involvement in what has happened. Iran has always functioned through its proxies, in this case the Hamas, the Hezbollah, the Syrian army, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad as well. And that's one of the reasons why Israel, from the very early days after the terrorist attack has, responded on all of those different fronts. The Iranian Ayatollah Al-Khamenei, talking about how Israel cannot take on the Islamic world, that this is the wrath of God, all that kind of rhetoric coming out from Iran, sends out a very different message. But the big question now is, could Iran get directly involved? Iran has always operated through its proxies, like the Hezbollah, like the Hamas. They've never directly gotten involved in any conflict, with Israel. Could that change now, given the scale of what happened on October 7th, combined with the rhetoric that's coming out of Iran now? And they've stepped out of the shadows. This is no longer just about, the Hezbollah and the Hamas. You've got the leader of Iran coming out and, pretty much, confirming common cause with these proxies, as if to suggest that it is Iran, after all, that is the puppet master in all of this. So this changes calculations quite a little bit. It raises temperatures most definitely in the region. But let's remember that the United States is also deployed here in a very big way. And a part of that big deployment is most definitely pointed at Iran. So this takes things to the next level most definitely.
Shiv, stay on with me, because what Shiv is telling us is important, because we're also talking about the border issues now. But remember, all of this is what we all saw on 7th October and where from it started.